and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of that Friday Night Live, and we are that Millwall podcast. My name's Mickey Simpson. That is Stephen Jones Esquire sitting there in the corner wearing shorts as always. Wow, what a week it's been. I really don't know where to start with all these transfers and rumours and going ons and mate, it's just madness. I think we need to start the show with one of these.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Just for the hell of it.
I was hoping he'd be in the chat.
Let's just go. Look. Good evening, Mr. Late, live from 9 p.m. No, it's live from 8 p.m. 9 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, gents. Hello all, as my burner account, because the bastards gave me a one-day ban.
Did the thumbnail say 9 o'clock though? I can't.
No, what happened was this. So, because we can edit our tweets, so basically, I posted on the flyer. I think it said live from 9. Yeah, it says 9, and then on the tweet it said 8, and then somewhere else it said something else. So yeah, but it's definitely not 9. It's 8. So yeah, but we're here now, so you can see us.
And anyone that does join at 9 will just have to start it from the beginning again.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, how's your week been then, Stephen?
Yeah, it's been all right. Not much in the way of personal news, but however, I'll do the shout outs now. Obviously, Joe, Zampa, and Chris, or Chaps as the chat may know, they're still recovering from their recent ops. And Mickey, should we mention young Daniel and his achievements this week?
Daniel graduated yesterday from his university degree, and he's not with us tonight because he is extremely and utterly hungover, and because of that, he isn't here, which is fair enough, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? We're giving the benefit of the. Mm-hmm. We're given the benefit of the night, so yeah, I think
absolutely. But huge congratulations to Dan. I'm sure those in the chat would pass on the messages as well. And as I say, the other two boys, Chaps and Joe, hopefully they'll be back to full fitness soon. What about you, Mick? Good week?
Yeah, not bad, mate. It's surviving. It's we've got to the end of the week and we're living the dream, as they say, innit? So
living for a Friday, eh?
No, that's it, mate. That's it. So yeah, can I edit this or not? No. Oh, I'll have to change the thumbnail afterwards.
Evening Connor, and this one, more absentees than incomings. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to go some to have for some incomings to outweigh the absentees tonight, I think. Dan at the den tomorrow, hair of the dog time. Haha. I believe Dan is at the game tomorrow. I think he's usually there, South Lower. Go and say hello. Bailey, evening all. Might be the beers talking, but I think we'll win comfortably tomorrow. We'll come on to tomorrow's game in a bit. I think you possibly the beers might have taken over because I'm not sure it'd be comfortable. But I think it'd be a good game. But we'll come back to that. As Mickey said, all the transfers and rumours have been non-stop this week. And if you're in the camp of Mr. Joe Zampa, who's very unhappy that Mill haven't made a signing just yet, guys in the chat, are you disappointed that there hasn't been any incomings yet? Is it too much of an overreaction that we have that people are sort of complaining that we haven't signed anybody? Mickey, what do you think?
I'm quite happy that we haven't signed anyone, to be fair, that we haven't made any rash decisions. We haven't made any stupid ones. I do. Charlie Birchall, I think he's MFC. I have to dot my cap to you, mate. Hats off. That was so funny. That he basically just, I think he told his mate or told a couple of people that he'd just seen Jed Wallace while he was down the den getting his whole ticket, and mate, it went everywhere. It made Hoff, it made Twitter, it went everywhere. It'd be even funnier if Jed does suddenly turn up there, but I can't see it myself. But well done for that. And I think, what would be great is if any of you want to get involved in all of that, just think about a rumour what you could possibly start, but don't tell us you start, or maybe tell us you started it, DM us or something. But obviously, don't publicly, let people know that it's a wind up, and we'll see how many rumours we can get in places. So don't come out and go, I've just seen Messi down the den, because obviously that's not going to happen. But yeah, that's the one I was just talking about today, mate. And it was just literally a fishing exercise, and it worked. It was funny. It weren't us. I think it was a guy called Charlie Birchall, MFC on Twitter. But yeah, funny, absolute funny as fuck. So yeah, heard a rumor that we're getting Santos on loan from Chelsea. Chelsea would be paying most of his wages. Got no idea, mate.
No, to be honest with you, that rumor's been doing the rounds for a while, but I don't know if you could. Most of the time, any players that we sign, it's always done under the radar. It's not. It's never common knowledge. It's never. Even the manager, we were all convinced it was going to be Nathan Jones, and then all of a sudden Joe Edwards come out of nowhere. So there will be players coming in. It's just I don't think any of the names that have been announced just yet are quite right.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, I think, look, I'm not fussed, mate. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't care. Yeah, Alex has got a good point there. Didn't Santos join Huddersfield?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything. This comment's interesting. I think it's a bit over the top. Guys like BNC, Sav, Casper will all be back soon. Murray the week after, add to the bench. Only need a couple in. Don't think we're desperate for lots to come in. That's the thing. I don't think we're necessarily desperate. And I also think that Murray Wallace and Brooke Norton-Cuffy are fitter than what Millwall were letting on. I think last week was definitely a bit of a smoke screen tactic to avoid playing them in the cup game. Because they were both seen in training, they were both in the gym. I think there was a picture I saw maybe of Murray Wallace actually outside in the training ground as well. So he was obviously doing some work, not just inside the gym. So I do agree, Bailey. I think it's potentially one of those where we're probably holding our nerve a little bit with transfers this week. I reckon there was a temptation for Edwards to come in and go, right, look, we need to get someone in. We need to get a body in. And it could have been a panic buy, and it could have then even been a waste of funds. So I agree. Hold off on the panic just yet and see what happens maybe after the Middlesbrough game. Lions Raw, any truth to the alleged Lurch rumours?
I'm not even going to go there, mate.
No, I had a feeling that was going to come up. We're not
even going to go there.
No.
I've got no interest in it, mate. Whatever way it goes, whatever it is, mate, it is what it is. So yeah, I've got no interest in it, mate.
Evening, Anthony, Dan Riggs, but with Leno and Hutchison out of the team, still reckon we need 3 in. We probably do need a couple in, but I do think that we don't need to panic just yet. Let's hold fire. Evening, Paul.
Paul, put in your comment what you put on Twitter, because that was quite good. Tomorrow is 10 weeks since it's exactly 10 weeks, I think, since Joe Edwards started. And in the last 10 weeks, we've had more ups and downs than and things to be excited about than we've had probably in the last year.
Yeah, it has been an interesting time. Santos will be class, obviously a bit of Brazilian flair in Bermondsey, George Evans don't count. Yeah, Alex Aldrin and Charles Stevie Wonder could see we needed a forward this time last week. Our best signing with a proper scout. and not MVQ journalist. So, Alan, on that, I don't know if you've watched our last video. We did a review of 2023, and this was something that I mentioned. Last January, we spent all transfer window chasing Kevin Nisbet, and we never got him, and we ended up with Burke and Watmore on loan. So I do agree. If we're going to do business, we can't just be going after one player for the whole month and then not get him and then panic. I think there'll be things in the work.
Even with everyone out tomorrow, he could go 4-2-3-1. Danny Mack, Harding, Cooper, Bryan, Mitchell, Honeyman, Watmore, Fleming, Longman, and Bradshaw, with guys like S.A. Nesbitt still off the bench. Not bad selection. I think you're right, Stephen. Yes, we'll be getting these players back soon, but we will have more injuries coming up. So a couple of additional loans would help.
Oh, I agree. They will help and they will come in, but I don't think we necessarily needed to panic and get someone in this week. I think we've got enough to get by this game on against Middlesbrough, and then perhaps reevaluate from there.
All I'd say is thank fuck, BE, because he's listen. There's a reason why he ain't gone to the big clubs, mate. And attitude and etc. I don't think he'll be here. So yeah.
Neil Harris finally got his man. Yes, we
need a defensive winger, maybe striker. Yeah, mate. Yeah, possibly. But I honestly don't think we're in a desperate need for it at the minute. I think you don't want to upset the team. He's just managed to build the team spirit up. What you don't want to do is bring in some flash Aaron, and then you don't want to bring in some shithead who it's going to throw it, both ways. So, it is what it is, isn't it? So, yeah, I think Barrett's pace from Rodgers and Jones will trouble Millwall. I hope they're knackered, mate, from when they played Chelsea midweek. So, yeah.
Yeah, and they also do have the issue of a couple of more injuries as well. They've got, much like us, they're very, very hit by injury at the moment. So their players are going to be, they've had to go on Tuesday. They played Villa last week, so they've had back-to-back Premier League opposition that they've come. They've played well, but how long can you sustain? I think it'd be a good game. It'd be a tough game, but it'd be a good game. And as I say, both teams have got injuries.
Yeah, maybe Lyle Taylor gone to Cambridge. Yeah, Alex S. Santos not at Huddersfield. Okay, fair enough. I don't care about the window. It's next season. We need to shake things up. Fully agree. Danny Mack more than capable to get us through until B&C returns. I agree with that. Dean Taylor, the team is starting to gel and learning Joey's way of play and starting to win. Don't want to rock the boat. Only bring in players that fit the team on and off the pitch. 100% agree with you. 100%. As long as our injuries don't stop us from beating QPR next week. No, fully agree. Won't harp, but if you watch Fat Dan's Lions Lounge, any players, any good, mention Bob Pearson, the scout. The current bloke seems to operate off a 4-row database and 2019 version of thing. Listen, over the years, you had Bob Pearson, who signed a lot of them. So I think he signed people like people like that. I think he even got Cahill and a lot of that sort of era player. Then obviously Mick Beard as well. And over the time, we've always had decent scouts. But now I don't think there's any big one like them now, what we have within. And I think football's changed. I think now football can now all be done through statistics. It's all done through, data and analysis and all of that sort of stuff. You don't need to now go around the country and watch a player 150 times. You can basically just, get the stats from his games and you'll be able to watch a couple of games. Things like Y-Scout and things like that give you the footage, what you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the game has changed dramatically, but I do agree that I think Alex Aldridge's scouting methods are perhaps not the best.
That's it.
To put it mildly.
Line signings always generally last minute when the loaning teams know who's available. Yep. Would you bring out? Yes, 100%.
Unfortunately, though,
150 million fucking %.
Unfortunately, though, we don't have the option to do so. I would love us to bring him back and give him a go. However, he will remain with Lincoln until the end of the season.
Yeah, and I bet that's something to do with Gary Rowett, because Gary Rowett didn't necessarily like him that much, allegedly. Hi, Gary, if you're watching, more than welcome. I've sent a request for you, mate, to do a show, but whether or not you take us up is either near or there. When Taylor refused to play for the Anoraks, that told us all we needed to know about him. Blokes are wrong, 100%. I'm very surprised we haven't signed anyone yet. 7 injuries to our first team squad, including Casper, who is out till after Borough. Yeah, but I think Edwards is all about shithousery. Look what happened with Cuffy and all that lot. Like all of a sudden, he's not going to be out as long as we thought he'd be now, and all of this. I think it's all part and parcel of the plan. So yeah, Harris, Cale, Sads, Reed. Yeah. Bob Harris, Bob thingy. Evening all, evening. Yeah, I'm not getting involved in any of that. I would love to see Alex Mitchell back, so would I. We are probably in for a few players, but as it is. But to be fair, this transfer window, if we're honest, has been very, very, very quiet. I mean,
across the board, yeah.
If Jim White was paid on commission only, mate, he would be skint this month. Do you know what I mean? There isn't a lot. The problem is a lot of these big clubs just don't have the money to be throwing players around. Germany has taken a few players. I mean, Dele Alli, mate, for 4 million was a steal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, the only club in England that seems to be doing any business at the moment is Spurs. They've got a couple of faces
Cambridge.
in. Yeah. I mean, but I mean is in terms of, if you want to get the loan market moving, the bigger clubs need to sign players, and then they can let their youngsters go, and it kind of changes from there. Obviously, Cambridge and Charlton have done some business, but they're not going to send shockwaves and get championship clubs coming in for their players. But out of the big boys, it's only Spurs, really. And it's interesting because there is a link with a centre half. Whether or not it's true, I'm not sure. But we need the Premier League to start moving a little bit, because I think that's where we're going to start getting some success.
Yeah,
with transfers.
Yeah, maybe. There's a new feature on YouTube, but I can't seem to get it to work. Pretty much now, and it's going to catch a lot of you out, that very shortly I will be able to click and see who's on the chat, and I'll be able to see who chats where. So I'll be able to see all of those of you who chat on Lions TV, and I'll be able to see what comments you say and everything else. So yeah. And also just remember that whatever you say about Dan, potentially he'll be able to see what you say on this one as well. So I
don't think they care. I really don't think they care.
No, I'm worried about who's going to poach our players and who's coming in. 100%. Number one in our league is packing players in, so no panic just yet.
Yeah, the championship, no real business. There's a comment coming, which we'll come to in a minute, but
obviously we didn't have a set-on clause.
We let him go for
somewhere
free.
Else.
We let him go for free. We released
him from his contract, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Eric Dyer to Bayern Munich. Is Paul Daniels his agent?
That's an unreal transfer. He's best mates with Harry Kane, though, isn't he? So you know what's going on there, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's Harry Kane what sorted him out and looked after him, isn't it?
100%.
I think that's it. Who else has done? There's another ex-Tottenham in there who's gone on loan. Is it him who's gone on loan, or is it? Yeah.
No, the other Timo Werner's gone to Spurs. Dele Alli's, I think, going, and Jadon Sancho's left Man United, hasn't he? He's gone back to Dortmund.
Joe Edwards, go speak to James. We need players ASAP. James who?
Berylson.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy, yeah. David Fabio is like Ravel Morrison, good potential, but has terrible attitude. Leipzig never played him.
Yeah, that was the comment I was going to come back to. The Fabio Carvalho, the guy that Hull have signed. Firstly, he looked a little bit overweight in the pictures of him that they announced the transfer. So it doesn't look like he's enjoyed his time out in Germany.
Fuck you know, you're a bitch.
He did. He looked like he'd been on the old Steins out in Germany.
Well, in Leipzig, where's it? Like in I stayed in Leipzig, and there's a fucking gorgeous in the main town. There's a gorgeous little steakhouse there.
There you go. That's where he's been at. But he's a class player.
I've got to tell you, the steakhouse, right? It's like when you go to Harvester, you have the chicken or whatever you want, right? And then they go, oh, you got a salad bar over there. Go help yourself. Yeah. Well, this salad bar is pretty much, I don't know, 20 foot long. And it's got everything and anything you could possibly think on it, from coleslaw, sauerkraut, vegetables, whatever it is on there. And I had 2 of them in there. And literally all you do is you order what meat you want, and whether or not you want a stone what comes to your table and sits in the middle of the table, and you cook your own steak on that, or you have whatever you want. And that's it. Literally, they just bring you that, dump it on your table, give you another plate, and you just go out. You go help yourself to veg and all that, and everything else in the middle, the salad cart and all that. But it is massive. I've never been to a restaurant like it. I mean, not one where it's got. It was just huge. It was like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet just for salad, mate, and having double runs of it, and everything was different. Nothing was the same. It wasn't like when you go on an all-inclusive holiday and you've got like loads of cabbage there, and then another one, loads more there, and all that. It was just literally everything was different, and it was a good price as well. It weren't expensive. So, yeah.
Jed spent probably too much money.
Good job, Pornhub don't have a YouTube channel. Yeah. At least it's going to be. At least it isn't going to be a Stoke Derby, Birmingham Derby reject. Thanks.
Yeah, that's true. Don't get me wrong. That Fabio Carvalho, he's probably too good for the Championship, and how they've managed to sign him is great business. But I'm not sure that he might be. I don't think Hull will get promoted, so I kind of feel like you could probably invest that money better, but they might do it, and then it'd be justified. So we'll see at the end of the season. Who knows? Yeah,
that's it. Bailey asked a question. There we go. We put a question to the audience. Mm-hmm. Bailey asked a question: if you could sign 3 players on what positions, what would you want them? Positions would you want them to be? If you're listening back on this, or you're listening to it on a podcast, just drop it on the comments or drop it on socials, whichever way you want to do it. But we'll post this question out as well after the show. We are on Twitter as well, so yeah, just reply if you are on Twitter. You can reply directly to us now on the show. It's fairly straightforward. So yeah, where are we? Let's go down here. 2 wingers. Mickey, Toby Carvery bloke. I love Toby Carvery, mate.
It's unreal, isn't it? It's unreal.
I think it's a bit of a scam though to do the extra and get like the pigs in blankets thing. There's no point out. Just get a normal plate, and then literally, I think probably I fill it by about that, and do 2. Get extra Yorkshire, because you keep 1 for your peas, 1 for your cauliflower cheese, and then lashings and lashings of gravy all over it, and about 30 potatoes, all the meat.
Oh no, that's my one. I never get all the meat. I only get 1 meat. Always.
All the meat. Definitely beef, definitely turkey.
Oh, definitely beef. Beef is elite.
Beef, turkey. Turkey's on the Toby Carvery, always turkey, but turkey, beef, and then sometimes you'll have a bit of pork, or you'll have a bit of the gammon with it or whatever, but you have a bit of each. 9 times out of 10, I'll only do beef or turkey, but if I want to go for a big pig out, then it's everything. So yeah,
he was very good at Fulham.
Anthony Spence gone to Bologna, I think. Imagine if we got that Santos, Moore, and Cressy.
Unreal.
Yeah. Dan Riggs has been too much today. Keith Moore, Charlie Creswell, and a Chelsea kick. Deary me. Alex is sitting in the same front room, I think. Is the pie and mash at the Den any good? It's Manzi's. Is it any good? I do not know, but it is Manzi's, and I don't know whether or not it's a warm up or whether or not it's been, contained as a mash and
there's a comment coming from Dan. He says it's horrible, basically.
Oh, a lot of people said it is. I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah. Being only 8 points off the playoffs, do you think we should get in some pacey loan players in all positions to improve what we have to win?
I think realistically,
out of the top 10.
Realistically, with the top 6, I think it's never over in the Championship because teams can put a run together. Middlesbrough have done it. Coventry did it as well. I don't necessarily think about the top 6 just yet. I think Edwards is still planning longer term. However, if you do get on a run and you do get yourself up the table, I know we can only sign this month, but players will be coming in. There's a lot of comment. People are talking about, are we getting players in? Are we going to sign anyone? I have no doubt that there will be players coming in. I have no doubt that we'll have 2 or 3 new faces. Brilliant. Come in. It's just be patient and the right people will come in. I'm sure Joe Edwards is not stupid. He knows we need some pace in this team. It's obvious. So we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Spurs gone on loan. Wait, mate, what rumour could we start tonight on the show?
No, we're not doing that again because after the Fleming incident, I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved.
Funny, mate. That was brilliant. That was absolutely superb.
At this point, I'm doing a plug. I'm going to stop you in your track.
Not really, you're not, but yeah, we'll see. So, welcome back. Stephen can't get back in. Oh, there he is.
Yes, he can.
Rooney, I'll get Rooney in as a player. I think Rooney would be. Where is it? Rooney wasn't on anywhere near that. Anthony rumoured to be less than what he was on MLS. Stephen's going to plug his charity thing in 2 weeks' time, and anyone who makes a donation between now and the time he does
Why are you ruining it?
has a potentially to win a signed first team shirt. Because I can say it in about that long, you'll make it.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to. I'm also going to plug Ben as well, even though he's not here. So, yeah, I'm doing it again, guys. I'm really sorry. You're going to get bored of it. Well, my charity event is in 3 weeks. For Mind have sent me through some bits as well, actually. Mickey, I was going to talk to you about that. Got a couple of bits and pieces from them. Basically, I've been able to, or I'm going to be getting my hands on a signed home shirt, the current home shirt signed by the first team squad. Thanks to Mark at the club for helping me organise that. I will get some pictures up of it online. We'll get it on the show and stuff. But if you would like to donate to my cause, I have put the link just in the chat. Please don't feel that you have to. January is a tough month, but if you can, it would be very much appreciated. Everybody that donates to the page before Saturday the 3rd of February, which is will be the end of my stream, will be eligible to enter the draw to win the signed shirt. It doesn't matter if you donate £2, £5, £10, whatever. Any donation will qualify you to enter the draw. Those in the chat that already have, I know Peter, I think, is in there tonight. Rosalind, John, Richard, anyone that's already donated, you will be in on the draw. But if you'd like to win the Simon Millwall shirt, please donate if you can. Also, Ben,
rock and roll.
Thanks, Mickey. Also, Ben is doing very, very well with his charity event. If you can support him, that would be great. I am trying to get his link as well, but he's not here, so my link goes up and his doesn't. But yeah, we're trying to do our bit for charity here at That Millwall Podcast. We're doing our bit.
I would say that Rooney being interviewed for head chef is probably a more believable rumour, but yeah, hey ho. So yeah. Where's this rumour we are getting Rooney as a coach from? Connor. They're taking gullible out of the dictionary as well, Connor. Daniel Jefferson Ruel Waters, is that?
Yeah.
Jesus Ran Saki might be injured, or Malcolm
That
Maboli.
Raksaki, he's the guy from Crystal Palace. He was on loan at Charlton last year and played really, really well. Palace have called him back, but I don't think he's getting any game time. So he's not a bad. I think it's him. He's not a bad shout. 1-0 to us, Connor. Oh, what?
Yeah, because Connor believed the rumor. What we were looking for fake rumors, and before we even went public with it, Connor's believed it.
Oh dear.
So
taxi for Connor.
No, Connor's trying to get out of it now by going, who would be coaching the players' grands? Connor, you can't backtrack. You can delete your comment if you want, but you can't backtrack. Unfortunately, you were caught out. So yeah. Everyone watching us on YouTube, do us a favour and just press the like button. Because we never really get loads of likes, and out of all of you watching on YouTube, we've only got 6 likes so far. So,
and I think one of them's actually me.
Yeah, and Stephen takes it personally. So, yeah, if you can join us in. I've got no idea what we're going to really be talking about tonight. I mean, obviously we've got Middlesbrough tomorrow. We'll come on to that in a bit. It helps. We've not got any mid things, so yeah. There's not really loads to sit there and discuss, to be fair. But we'll find things to do, and we'll come on to it in a bit. You can see my boy in the background. Fred John camera, mate.
I think it's just been an interesting. The FA Cup last week was a bit sort of, it's a nice distraction. Unfortunately, that's a good shout. Actually, this is a good topic of conversation. Get some comments in as well. Peter. New contracts. So it was announced in the week.
So we just jumped like 7 or 8 comments there. I didn't realise Dan weren't on the show.
What? No, we didn't.
You just jumped all the way down to Peter and missed all the way from where Connor says where Connor says for fuck's sake.
Really? Oh, I haven't got. Oh, I have no idea. My screen, I'm catching. I have no. Peter, it's not. He's put sorry later on. Peter, it's not your fault. It's me. I don't. Mickey, you do the comments.
I got no. I don't want to do it. It was just I got used to. We're not sticking in any order last week when Dan was there, and you're just carrying on because Dan ain't here today. You're just carrying on Dan's.
Yeah, exactly.
What to call it? So yeah, will be tough tomorrow. Yes. We have, Charlie, and some good ones, and some ones for Who Are You, and some ones for interviews. And so, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. It's gone up from 6 now to 22 likes. Thank you very much. There you go, Peter. New contracts. There we go. Go on in, Stephen. What's your views on new contracts, Stephen?
So it was announced in the week, Mickey, that that 5 players are running, their contracts run out at the end of the season. Tom Bradshaw, I think Bart, Hutchinson, Leonard, and George Saville. And there's been some polls going around Twitter and lots of conversations around if you could only keep 1, if you could only keep 2, etc., etc. I don't know what the guys in the chat are. Thoughts are, if you can, out of those 5 players, how many of them would you keep? Just type in the names that you'd keep, not who you wouldn't. Personally, I think George Saville's a shoe-in to get a contract. I'd be amazed if he's not offered anything at the end of his term. Right now, I think Tom Bradshaw would be in line to get another deal. I don't think Bilkowski. I don't think Sean Hutchinson, and I'm on the fence with Leonard because I think Edwards likes Leonard, but his injury record is lets him down quite dramatically. I'd say. Would you reckon, Mick?
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I would. Bradshaw, yes. Leonard, I think. Maybe Bart. I think you're better off shipping Bart out to finish his career with someone else. Maybe go back to Ipswich or somewhere else just to Trippier number 2, maybe. But then again, who have we got in case we need them? But I just think his legs are on now. And what is he, 38 now, 36?
Yeah, I think he's getting
still
to
a
the point,
great
isn't he?
servant,
But yeah, of course.
I just don't think his is there necessarily. I think he's pretty much done it. We're looking for the love button, Mickey. I don't know where that is, mate. I just use the like button for now, mate. The one what looks like that, and it's underneath you. So it's about where are we? That way, in it down there. It's normally in the. There you go. Normally
I think you've got that bang on where you've pointed there. By the way,
what?
No, the other way. The other way.
What, that way?
Yeah, it's down there.
No, it's not.
So as the viewers, it's underneath me. The like button, because I've got YouTube. Yeah, it's underneath me. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, there we go. So yeah.
But yeah, I think there's an interesting.
Bobby, we discussed this. Just rewind. It was a bullshit rumor to see if it would get picked up, and it got picked up by, I think, a lad called Charlie Bircham, and it got picked up because he's now laughing about it across socials, and it went everywhere. So I think you've not necessarily got involved in that one, mate. So yeah, don't need to apologise, Peter. It was Stephen's fault. Dan Riggs out of 5 players out of contract in June. Who would you let go and why? Come on in, Dan. Give us your answer. Everyone else, give us your answer.
I think there is a case to be had that all of them are, we're trying to get our average age of the squad down. So if you let 5 30 plus players go, your average age is going to drop dramatically. But I don't think we're going to have the funds to be able to cope with the inevitable loans going back and losing 5 first team squad players to then have to recruit another you're going to be looking at 10 to 12 players, and I don't think Edwards will work like that. He'll change this team, but he'll do it in stages and over different transfer windows. So there's an argument for all of them to go. I think it would be, as I say, George Savile fan club over here, but I think it'd be a travesty to let him go, and I think Bradshaw is certainly in Edwards' thoughts at the moment because he seems to be one of his favourites.
It's not going to be with Dan. It's going to be with TT and his size, and it'll be in the summer. I fancy Watmore to ruin Borough tomorrow.
He'd have a point to prove, definitely.
Something about players' contracts are up. Yeah. Alex S, you same. Got no idea that is. How much do you rate Jonathan Edwards out of 10 football-wise and results-wise?
Jonathan Edwards?
Sorry. Joey Edwards. It's been a long week. I would probably give him a solid 7. I reckon, don't you? I reckon that's a fair...
yeah, I think so. I think around 7 is overall results and football together. I would say about 7's a fair result.
See, look, 7.
There you go.
7 for now. See, buy Tom taxi or Uber. Yeah, I'll keep Sav. Definitely Sav. Rumour has it on Twitter that Joe Edwards has recruited Usain Bolt to be our new fitness coach. All these rumours are going to be flying out there now. People are going to blame us. So, yeah. How many are out of contract? 5 at the end of the season, mate. Keep Bradshaw, Leonard and Savile and release Barton Hutch. Savile, Bradshaw, Leonard. Keep.
It seems to be the same names that come up, doesn't it? No one seems to have the controversial opinion of keeping the other 2. And that's what I said. There's, for the benefit of the people listening back on a podcast, might be controversial, but I want to freshen it up a lot, the squad a lot. So I would look to let all go. Let Edwards put his stamp on his players. They're all past 30. That's what I was saying. There's an argument to let them all go and really start again. But I just feel like we're going to lose Campbell, Longman, Norton, Cuffy. We're going to lose those 5 who are out of contract. That's 8 players already that are going out the door. That's without the inevitable rumours of Fleming if he's still here and SA and people like that. I think it'd be interesting, but I don't think they'll let all 5 go.
I'd put that. I'd put that out. Creswell is coming, and instead of Saw, I'd put Miles saw him on Bromley Road today. That geezer who got so much grief the other day, bless him. So yeah, and his mum stood in for him as well, didn't it? So yeah, 103 appearances for Leno in 5 years. Is that really what we are about? That's not good, is it? Over 5 years, really. 40 games a year thereabouts, or 46 games a year, and then he's got 103. When you're looking at what Hutchinson, who's got how many appearances?
Oh, he's in the 200s and
50, in it, I think.
Yeah, he's gone over 250. Yeah.
Dan will know in a minute, mate, because Dan got his shirt. So yeah, Dan will know. Contract wise, Sav stays 2 years, Brad's 1 year, Hutchinson, Leonard, and Bartlett go in the summer. We can't afford to carry passengers, and we need to lower the age of the team. 100%. Keep Bart as a training keeper, maybe. That's a good call. But Lenny is a fantastic player, but injury prone. Yep. Sorry, I'm late. Not a problem. You won't get a late mark in the register. Don't panic. Yeah, we're okay. Savile stay needs to be given the captain armband. Yep. Savile's got to stay, really. You can't get rid of Savile, can we? We're all saying Hutch has gone, but he was immense at Brizzy the other week. Yeah.
He was, but again, I love Sean Hutchinson, and he's been a great servant. But he joined us when we got him from, I believe, Fulham. He come because he had a few injury problems. We managed to solve that. He was a long-standing player of the team, but now he's got older, and the injuries are starting to impact him and keep him out of the side. I just feel like he's coming to the end of his time, which is a shame, but it gets the better of all the players in the end, doesn't it?
No, definitely. Leonard, pay-as-you-go contract. Do you think Jed will join, though? Nope. Jed's happy where he is. His kids are settled. They're in school up there and all that lot. And, yeah, I don't think he'll be coming. Unless Gary Rowett went there. But, yeah. Jonathan Edwards and Wayne Rooney taking us to the Premier League. Thanks for that. We need to keep some experience across the squad, irrespective of age. Hutch and Bart, regrettably, triple jumping to the Prem are we. Jonathan Edwards is a legend. I rate Joe Edwards 7.5, though. So, oh dear.
I was going to say, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Text back and just say, is that secret squirrel or not? But then again, I suppose I don't know. We'll see. I don't know whether or not I want to say it or not, to be fair.
No,
because
I don't think so.
It gives opposition a heads up, doesn't it? Norwich just scored.
Oh, good. I don't even know who they're playing. They're beating Hull. There you go.
Joe Edwards 6 as I still who he's allowed to get it to by loan. Love Hutch, but need a centre back with pace. Maybe keep him to coach. That answered our question for us, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good job, we didn't just go. In my memory, Andy Miles was a defender, meaning all our coaching staff are still defenders. Hutch is 252. I think Leonard will be with us next season. Not sure about Hutch. Sav captain next season. Len is on a pay-as-you-play deal, I think. Hutch reminds me of Nethers, great worker, but he's just getting on, sadly. Yeah, I think you're probably right there, to be fair. I sort of agree with that. We can't keep players based on they played 10 out of 10 for 3 or 4 games a season. Going forward, we want playoffs in Premier League. Can't carry players like that. We've got so many injury-prone players. Get rid of them all. They are more on the sidelines than on the pitch. We need to be more active in the freebie market. We can't afford massive fees, and this is where we might get some decent players. Go on in, Stephen.
I've just been sent something by one of our listeners, John. Hi, John, Tracy. Hope you're both well. Sean Hutchinson has a clause in his contract, and this is in his own words, that if he plays a certain amount of appearances this month, he will trigger an extension in his contract. So with him, it would be interesting to see if the club, obviously Edwards would have to pick him to enable for him to do that. But it's quite interesting to see how that one would unfold, because there might be other players with that, but Hutchinson is the only one to come out publicly and say it. So he may well be staying a bit longer. On the topic on the screen, we need to get more active in the freebie market. We can't afford massive fees, and this is where we might get some decent players. Problem is, right, that I was fine with we'll call it the freebie market. The players that tend to be in a position where they don't have a club at the moment, don't have a club potentially for a reason. They tend to be, they've either been on big money, or have been on big money, and they're not willing to settle for less. I think Jake Livermore or the other guy who was at Sunderland springs to mind on that. And also, if players haven't got a club in January, are they really going to impact us at the championship level? I think over the summer, when players get let go, definitely, there's definitely a need to perhaps be stronger in that market then. But this month, not so sure.
Yeah. The state, if the indoor training pitch at the Den looked absolutely awful for the crossbar challenge, no wonder we have injuries. Yeah, that pitch is evil. It's always been evil.
Yeah, that crossbar challenge video. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Taxi Fredwoods to Chelsea.
Yeah. Big E, will I get my key ring tomorrow? Mick, are you about tomorrow morning?
Don't know, baby.
Big E, if I can get to Mickey's and he's around, I will pick up the key ring for you tomorrow. If not, I'll either bring it to QPR or Preston.
Yeah. As well and good saying we should get rid of these players, but if Edward doesn't get a decent summer transfer key and then these players leave, we'll end up with a smaller squad than what we already have. That's a fair point, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. This is what I'm saying. If that you can't, we're not in a position where we're going to be able to sign 10, 11, 12 players. It's just not going to happen. I don't think we're going to let all of them go anyway. I think there'll be people. George Saville will be staying at the football club. I've got no doubt about that. Possibly another couple, but we'll see. We'll see.
Joe is out of 10. Jenny, yeah, he is. He's captain at West Brom now. He ain't going to leave that up, innit? Hello, am I too late? No, you're perfectly fine.
Ken,
mate.
You can either go back to the start and watch us from the beginning, or just keep up with us now and go back at another time. Rumour Alex Pritchard is moving south to Millwall. Yeah, no. No.
There's our Dutch contact. So if anyone wants to know anything while we're in the chat, anything you want to know about any Dutch players you think should come to us or anything else, ask the question, and I'm sure that man can answer them for you. He's the one who told us that the Dutch player we've been looking at and most people didn't want is potentially going to Spain now anyway, earlier on in the week. Danny Matt will be playing tomorrow. Yep, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh, if he's not playing tomorrow, we've got massive problems.
Hutch a bit at Cambridge or Sutton. Yeah, so Bart. Need to get that new training ground and may then not get so many players getting injured training. Yeah. I mean, I was speaking to someone about this the other day, and I'm going to go into it a bit more detail with a couple of players I'm talking to, but they just think that there's just too much because it's all based around this and that, there's just too much emphasis on, warming down afterwards and all of this, and players are just getting injured. There's just too much, after a game, there's too many, concentrating on stretching and all this sort of stuff, and it's just over-exaggerating people. So, yeah. Did you see Tyler Bury's joined Oxford on loan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
You remember when he said that he was going to be the next hot thing in football, and it worked out really well, didn't it? What would James Berrison put forward to get players in, as we still need the training ground to be built? I don't think there's any money, and I think that's why we got Edwards.
Yeah, potentially. It does look more and more increasingly like that, doesn't it? But don't get me wrong, I actually think it could be a masterstroke. It could well work in our favour, but short term, again, people have. I was thinking from the latest tomorrow. Again, if I can get to see Mickey tomorrow morning, and then I will bring along the bits and pieces.
Yeah, pay as you go freebie market sounds a good idea. But then we just get other people's casts off. Yep. Morning, Tony. Hope you're well. We are about 3 minutes behind on the chat. What happened to the Dutch bloke Brian Platt? He was rumoured to be coming in the summer. Fortuna, do you want to answer that one for us, if you know anything? Lads, have we got a budget? Don't think we have. I banned him last week, Dan, so I don't think he'll be back. Ask Dutch guy what's his thought on Guth or Guth or Guff. Again, Fortuna, if you're still in there, you can answer that. I will be bringing my boots tomorrow. Think we might only be 1 or 2 more injuries away from a bench spot, especially if a few rumours from tonight are true. Sav to stay, I take it. Brad's another year and would like to see some of our youth come through next season. And look, someone else has commented on Twitter. So, good evening, Matt. David will normally get players in late of January. Yep. Agree, we need a FFP. Agree, we are near the FFP line, so we get Edward. Are we near the FFP line? It's 100,
we are.
Isn't it? 108 million over 3 years, isn't it?
What's his
30
name?
million a year?
Cav come out. It's 30, and Cav come out and said that we were operating very close to. I'm sure that. I don't know. I don't know.
So we'll see. 100% we only got Edwards. 100% we only got Edwards in because we couldn't afford anyone else. And also I think they're probably got good connections for maybe getting youth in. Good evening, Darren. Is tomorrow a sellout?
Not. They haven't actually confirmed anything, have they? They've not said anything. I saw someone post earlier on Twitter the screenshot of the availability of the tickets. A lot of the areas are red, but it's not a sellout, so you can still get your tickets.
Rumour has it that Millwall want Gordon Ramsay to come in and jazz up the food bar. Food.
I love Gordon Ramsay. I'll take that.
38 million over 3 years, I thought, possibly. If we got Edwards in based on us being skint, why did we interview others? That would have cost us a lot in wages, just a thought. I don't know, maybe we don't have common sense here. I mean, no one knows whether or not we really interviewed these people or not, do we? It's all speculation. Because none of them have come out and said, yeah, I interviewed for the job. Have you seen any of them come out and say that? Have you seen
no, they haven't.
Anyone else?
Maybe Mill will ask. I don't know. If you don't get a job, you can say what you like, really, can't you? I don't know.
Connor's being very smart there, but it's okay for a certain club to breach the FFP line 115 times, but we are good lads. Yeah. We really need one of S.A. Fleming or a Marku to be sold at good value. Only way to give us some breathing room. There, John Humphreys. I'm free, isn't it? And that's John Humphreys, is it? So,
I
yeah.
think so.
If Saville never wants the ball, never shoots, never creates chances, and can't read a game in defence, what is his positives apart from fouling? You've upset Stephen now, mate.
God.
So I've got no idea, mate. Just look around there. There seems to be so many of them. I would suggest Mill Online, Twitter, Facebook, Hoff, probably Instagram too. I would just look around. There is so
Honest,
many,
yeah.
mate. We would do a week's worth of show just to go through them all, I think. So I'm not going to bother. Freebie market isn't just about cast offs. If you scout properly, there are decent players out there.
I agree that there probably are, but I wouldn't have thought so in January. Like I said, in the summer, yes, you can. There's an awful lot of good players that get released or they don't sign a new contract or whatever the case may be. But in January, if you haven't found a club between August and December, what then makes you a viable option to a club in January? Unless you literally are desperate. I just in the summer look in the freebie market. In January, not so much.
Yeah, I'd say it's the same pot because if you actually look into it, I think it's Chestnut Hill Ventures will actually own Millwall. So
yeah, I think
the same pot of money what John Berylson had access to. James is part owner of Chestnut Hill anyway. So yeah, I'd say yeah. Oh, if it's 39 million over 3 years for FFP, does anyone know when our third year ends? So JB can start dishing out the dosh again.
I believe it's a rolling 3 years. I don't think it's just 3 years and then you start again. I just think it carries on year like that.
So why does Wikipedia say Jed Wallace has signed back for Millwall? I'll tell you why. And we've got a couple in our podcast grouping, shall we say, who are able to edit and verified editors on Wikipedia and change things. And those who know how to do it quite often. But I really don't think he'll be coming. Could be.
No.
It could be another. Kale special, but no, it's definitely not coming at all. As far as I'm led to believe, he is.
David, we can in the match day squad. In your first team squad, you can have 6 loan players, and in your match day squad, you can have up to 5. So we have used 3 on Campbell, Longman, and Brooke Norton-Cuffy. So there's 3 available loan slots.
Nope, look, Bailey's come back. John Humphreys has created the most big chances in the league for us this year, most tackles per 90 for out midfielders, most interceptions per 90, organises us defensively too. Other than that.
Oh, there's someone fighting the George Savile cause.
We are a club who say fuck all until they sign.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah. How about trying to get Danny Rose in until the end of the season? He was without a club at the moment. Even try and get Nathan Redmond on loan from Burnley. He's only being used as a sub at the moment. Can a chairman put in his own private money to buy players, therefore getting around the FF? Probably not. No, and the only way really to get around it, and that question, if you're on Twitter, will probably be to tag in Kieran from the Price of Football, and they'd be able to confirm you on there. But yeah, no, I can't see it. We need a big 10 million sale to keep us clear of FFP. Bigger clubs than us have fallen.
That's where John Berylson, and I'm assuming that James is probably following the same route as his dad, have run the club very, very well. We've always made sure that we were okay in the sense of, financial fair play. We always kind of get the wolves from the door. You don't want to put yourself in a position where there's an opportunity for us to be in decent amount of trouble.
Peter Sullivan, you do realise YouTube is saying it is not started yet. Yeah, no, the graphic is, but it's definitely started. We're here. I can't edit the graphic while we're live. So, yeah, it was I don't know why, but it was a bit of a Floyd. The graphic said 9, the tweet said 8, and something else said 9. But the tweets and all that changed, and I completely missed the graphic. So I do apologise. That was me. So yeah, I do. I, for some reason, I mistyped it. So yeah, that's me. But it says 9 p.m. start. Well, it's 8, but hey ho, sorry. As someone who doesn't watch our under 23s, do we have any highly rated guys coming through other than SA and the Maku that could save us a few quid and be starters in the new year? There's a couple on here actually. What probably watch the under 23s, but
the only one that I can think of that is fairly highly rated, but not to the point of, obviously he's not been in the first or around the first team that much, is Abdelmalik. And Chin Okoloi, the centre half who was on loan at Bromley, I believe. They're the two. They haven't been with us. They've been out on loan at other clubs getting first team football. But again, they're not. You'd have to. The hope is, I think, in direct response to Bailey and obviously anyone else that's interested. Adam Malachi is another one potentially, but again, he's not really played much first team football. The hope is that someone comes through that a big club wants, or couple of big clubs want, and you get a decent fee, and then you can start churning the money back through. That, do we get 10 million if we stay out this season and that can be our kitty? No, that deal has apparently been pulled by the Premier League clubs.
And I don't even think it was 10 million. It's about 44 million split between the league, and then it went up and up and up. But like the next year, there'll be a bit more and all that, because it's worth about 900 million over 9 years or something.
Yeah. So I think that deal has been pulled. You also have to remember as well, and again, we're not the only club that would receive that money, so other clubs would as well. So they're able to, their financial spending becomes better as well. It's not just us.
No, if you sell homegrown players, you can get past FFP.
Yep.
I think it's why Chelsea sell Mount, City sold Palmer, etc.
Yeah,
probably
100%. That's why Chelsea are currently negotiating to sell Conor Gallagher, because they need to sell another homegrown player to balance the book. So that's where potentially Remain SA is a big asset if a club want him. Obviously, we spent enough time talking about him, but if someone wants him enough, and you get the money in for him, then the books start to look a lot more healthy.
No, that's it. Yeah. Hope you don't feel tempted to sell out the name of the ground to the highest bidder. No. Wake up, Mickey. Yeah. Keeping you lot on your toes, mate. That's what it is. So yeah. Problem is with a loan window is that it's the trickle effect. Until the main target moves, nothing does. Adam Malachi, yeah. Did you see Ipswich have signed Travers from Blackburn? Yeah, that's a bit of a weird signing, Ace. Why would you sell your captain?
Well, he's not playing, is he? I don't know.
It's a bit weird, though, isn't it? Do you not think?
Yeah, it's an odd scenario that you've got yourself in a position that your captain doesn't play anymore and you've shipped him out on loan. It's very strange. Very strange. I think it's a good signing for Ipswich, though.
I think it's a cracking signing for them, but yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm trying to see if there's anything on Millwall figures without going too deep, and I don't really want to go too deep into it because it would take me time to go through their accounts and see what's what. We're worrying about 38 million over 3 years, yet Man City are facing 150 charges of financial irregularities, allegedly. I wonder how that will end. Cheers, lads. Our transfer budget's gone now that Lance has eaten it all on Uber Eats. He plays midfield, Bailey. How many big chances? New to this channel, but is it Stephen on the right? Stephen, yes. Wave.
Yeah, I'm on the right. That, I think that's in response to you saying, Mickey, you've upset him. John, you haven't really upset me. George Saville just is our best player in my opinion. I think it was a bit harsh. That's all.
Stephen's been drinking. If Burnley come in for Fleming this month and we get 8 million for him, can we use that 8 million to buy or loan in players so we can skirt FFP that way? I've got no idea,
I think how it would work would be you probably wouldn't spend the whole 8 million if you got something like that. You'd possibly get a bit of it, and then the rest of it would offset. So you'd still be making profit. I think that's roughly how it works. I don't know enough about it. I'm sure Mickey, we can probably look to see if we can get some info on it for a later show. But
I could ask what's his name to possibly come on a show, mate. It'd be the best one if we can get.
Oh boy,
Kieran on. So yeah,
I've just seen who's in the chat.
Oh, he's back. So we're doing a set, and he's changed his profile picture. Bless him. So yeah, and it on loan, Travis. I think we're well linked with Travis weren't we linked with Travis pre-seasons? Yeah, possibly. We wanted Travis, then got Casper. Who got in the FA Cup next round? Oh yeah, forgot you're out. Bless. So Arthur's back. Arthur. Millwall, we've got no money. I like that, is it, Arthur? Goodbye, Arthur. You're banned. Don't worry, Steve. Don't worry, Chris. I've just banned him now permanently. So, yeah, I can't be asked with him today. It's been a fucking long week, and I don't need some fucking retard from Leeds to fucking just annoying the shit out of me today. So yeah, I wonder if Burnley will come in for Fleming and end up buying Casper. Maybe Casper Denor, best 2.5 million we've ever spent.
I don't think it was that much. No, Transfer Market have 2.5 million euros, but again, I don't actually think it was as high as that.
Arthur Kip, yeah. Arthur is back. No, he was. He's not no more. He is gone. I've had enough of him. 8 million for Zian. Aldo would spend 7 million on a new gaming PC.
That's good. That's a good comment.
Arthur's come up from the pit. Timeout. Vampire. We've got loads of new ones tonight. Loads of new ones tonight. Arthur is back. No, he was. He's gone. Oh, he's obviously commented quite a bit because now I'm coming up with, as you can see on the chat, it just says Arthur Bushby was banned and their comments were removed. Don't think Burnley will come back in for Fleming. Don't think so. Don't be so horrible, Arthur. I never got to see his comment. Arthur Bash one out. Thanks for all you do. 32.
We don't do a lot, but you're welcome.
I've got no idea.
No.
Arthur's back. Better let the local lunatic asylum know he's escaped. Yeah, he's back now, don't worry. What would be really funny is Arthur still thinks that he's involved in the conversation when we're not seeing any of his comments, or he's sitting there now in his white-stained, wife frantically trying to type and trying to get around it. But yeah, Stephen hates Fleming clearly based on last week. So hopefully Burnley don't read his match report tweets.
No, Bailey, I know you're taking a piss. I don't hate Zian Fleming. I just think he should and could be so much better. But hopefully last week was a turning point. And yeah.
Too long, John. And as you're new, I can get away with saying this. I was the fan on the board.
Hey, bingo. Yeah, John, welcome to the channel.
So, too much.
To keep Mickey, that one over there, to keep him happy, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. He's very particular about his subscribers going up. So
no, it's just nice. You'll find that you're allowed to comment on here, John. You're allowed to use bad words, and you don't have to be a subscriber to be able to comment, but it does help. So yeah, Stephen's a little bit younger. Stephen's probably about 15 years, I think, isn't it?
No, mate. This is my 30th year. I went when I was 3.
Did you? Okay. There you go then. 30
Yes,
years.
mate.
There you go. FFP for us, I don't believe. I believe it's not affording more than He's not more than $3 million on a player. Told you all that Arthur is a Gary Rowett burner. Casper was 2.3 million euro, so about 1.8 million pounds sterling. I heard it was 1.7 with add-ons for Denorsi. How good am I? Hey, I didn't even see that comment then either. Didn't we get a payout when Southampton signed it from Man City last season? Probably.
Yeah, we did.
Our biggest transfer fee received. Yep, we did.
Yeah. What it was, I don't know, but we did get a fee.
No, that's it. So, yeah. Steve Lloyd has started it. What's your predictions for tomorrow? I'm going 2-0 Bradshaw and Watmore. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put that bet on. We will play 4 at the back tomorrow.
I think that's all we can play.
I never knew that, Mickey. You should mention that more often. Yeah. You wait till next month, mate. Next month is 10 years since AMS started.
God.
So, yeah. Danny Matt will score tomorrow. Yep. Mickey Bribery works wonders for subs, mate. Yep. So, I've got an idea for that anyway, Chris. So, yeah, because we got loads. We got about 50,000 on TikTok, and I just wonder how many of those we could get over. So, yeah. 50th season for me this year. Wow. Congratulations for putting up with it that long. The pain and suffering you must have gone through over those 50 years.
My dad's the same. I don't know how he's part of it for as long as he had. So full respect to you, Andrew, because they drive me absolutely insane.
1.7 for Nor, even better. Yeah, absolute bargain. 3-0 Wall, Middlesbrough. We've been knocked. Recently joined the chat, but are you going to recently joined the chat? But you're going to the match? Yes.
Yep. Home and away, Vampire.
And QBR next week on our line bikes. There you go. Look, anyone beat 75 years of following Millwall?
Ken, I tip my hat to you, my friend. Superb effort, that.
75 years.
Honestly, I hope I'm watching Millwall when it'll be my 75th season. But Christ.
So when's 75? So 75 is what, 48 years ago. So 27 extra on there would be what, 50 something? Nearly 59 was your first game, was it, Ken? 58, 59?
49, isn't it?
No.
It's 49. 1949.
Yeah, 49. Wow, 49 first game. Wow. That's even... Wow. 49.
Yeah, he's commented later on to say it is 49, his first game. Fleming hat-trick. Let's hope that kills you. Mickey,
yes, we are in the summer. We are going to be doing that Millwall podcast versus the Millwall Drive Home podcast in the summer for Jerry. So yes, he played in the Wonderwall Cup. So yeah, we'll be doing one in. We don't know where or what yet. We don't know whether or not it'll be at the Den or not. We'll figure all that out and we'll let know what the prices are and all that if people want to play and stuff. So yeah, we will sort that out towards the summer. Not now. It's too cold. 47 years thick and thin, but love this team. I'm glad my daughter was born in November and don't remember the Blackburn game. Nope, 65 years for me. Wow. So between three people there, or 4 including you, so that's 50, 75, 47 and 60. That is a massive amounts of knowledge in that. 1947, 107. Yeah, okay, David. You're Ken's son. You ain't that old. So, yeah. 30 years. Look at this.
Is that the David?
Yeah, I think that is David, and or is that a different David?
I think
don't know.
I lose track. I think it's a different one. The other David's the guy with the glasses in his profile picture, isn't he?
Oh, maybe,
He
yeah.
looks a bit like a GTA character.
Okay, 30 years for Connor, 59
so Connor
years.
Connor must be around the same age as me then, roughly.
Alex is Alex S says 3 life sentences for Ken.
Yeah.
49, yeah. So Ken would remember the unbeaten run. Yeah. Oh yeah, look, I'm Mickey Striker. We will do our first double this season, Bradders and Cooper. Okay. 50th for me too. Wow.
So we've got quite a lot of supporters that have been going. I mean, we're all glutton for punishment, to be honest with you. There's the years rack up. It's, you know.
Look at that. 1974-75, home to Oxford, my first season. Ref disallowed a goal for us. Nothing changes.
What a memory.
I was born in 75. So, yeah, only 22 years for me. Didn't get into football until I was 11. You're a bit like me. I didn't get into football, really. I played it when I was younger, but didn't really think of me. So, yeah. Nick Saville. Could that be? I don't know what thing his dad's called. Could that be? I like Fleming, but do you guys think it's a coincidence his performance is picked up as soon as the window is opened?
I'm not going to comment on Zian Fleming because I get accused of hating him. So, Mickey, do you think that Fleming's performances have picked up?
Do you know what? I've not thought of that. Open? I've not thought of that, but now you think about it, it adds though, isn't it?
Again, I'm not getting involved because I get accused of hating Zian Fleming. But
if we were in any way cynical, then I would say you might have a point there. Metin. Hi lads, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too.
Hello,
make sure you click the like button and the subscribe button. That would be fantastic for me. Dan Riggs, 34 years, you lying cunt. You're older than that.
No, that's how long he's been going to Millwall. He might have started.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, David Clark. It is David's. That's not. Yeah.
No, mate, wrong guy. Okay. 43 years. Darren Swan. Metin, 45 years. So coming in, those of you doing your first game. What was your first game, if you can remember it? That first game was 1958 away at Bournemouth, watching Joe Broadfoot. Mickey, you know my uncle Doe. Mickey. Do I? Maybe. Listen, I barely remember what I had for dinner at the moment, mate. So, yeah. I first went when I went to watch my cousin play for Millwall. Oh, yeah. In Millwall's promotion. That is your Mehmet's cousin, aren't you, I think? I think that's who that is. What's his name? Mehmet. Dave Mehmet. Cousin.
For anyone remotely interested, my first game was in 1994. We beat Wolves 1-0. I actually fell asleep, I must admit, and the goal we scored woke me up. So, yeah.
My dad is about 60 years, and I'm on about 42. By the way, Spencer's brother, and maybe I'll get him to do a remix, or maybe he needs to do Paul needs to do us a remix of a Millwall tune for our theme tune. Get Paul on it, but I won't say his DJ name until I check with him first. But Paul's brother, Spencer's brother Paul, that's not his DJ name, by the way, is a very good dance DJ who you will. If you're into that sort of music, you will probably know if you played some of his tunes. So, yeah, I'm not wrong, am I, Spence? So, yeah, it gallivants all over the world. Supporting Millwall is a life sentence, yes, 49 for me. Terence, I've been watching you guys the past few months. Keep it going. My granddad took me over there in 1967, family of dockers from Shadwell. great granddad started supporting them, but they were on the Isle of Dogs. Do you know what? Just before we go on, I watched something really mad the other day about Millwall. You got loads of these things on YouTube and TikTok and all this sort of stuff talking about history and all that lot. That it was weird that Bermondsey was described that basically all the Millwall fans and whatnot who used to follow Millwall and the Isle of Dogs when Isle of Dogs was in Millwall and around. And then obviously when things started changing over there and they were moving people out for the development, they basically moved all the dockers and all that into Bermondsey as such and brought it all in. And this I'll have to find a video. I can't remember where it was now, but I'll find it. But basically Bermondsey is unlike anywhere else in southeast London. Okay. And what they were saying was that because most of the people who come there in the beginning were East London people, that basically Bermondsey is pretty much East London thinking as such, but in Bermondsey, hence with, the heavy pie mash and the dockers and all this lot, allegedly. I don't know. It was quite interesting. It's only a short video, but it was quite interesting to say that basically Bermondsey is like nowhere else in London.
In the world.
Yeah, I'd say that as well. So, yeah, my first game was 1983. I was 8 then, Darren. So, thanks for that. No one talked about Nesbitt. Is there any lovers of Nesbitt? No doubt people will come in the comments in a minute.
I'm a fan of Kevin Nisbet. I just think at the moment he's going for a massive what's the word? Sorry, that put me off there. He's going through a little bit of a rough spell with injuries. He's in and out of the team. He probably wasn't expecting that. Probably wasn't sold that dream in the summer transfer window, obviously by Rowett. So I think there's a player in Nisbet, but I don't think we're doing enough to get the best out of him. And I certainly think he would benefit from playing in the two.
So that you get the real fans. Well, Dan gets the kids. Yeah. Mate, I'm going to go back through this listed a bit, mate, or in a minute, and work out before we finish how many years of watching Millwall we've got through here. So, yeah. You seem like nice guys, just my opinion. I don't think Stephen has a good football IQ at all. If he can't see Saville never wants the ball from defence, you're going to ban me. No, we only banned Arthur because, unfortunately, where you've only just watched us, Arthur has basically been on the last 4 or 5, and he started fairly nice, and then he just comes on and insulting people. And to be fair, he's a Leeds fan, and he's just a weed, mate. So, don't worry. We've never banned anyone who's Millwall.
No. And can I just say, John, I am not an expert. I am not a football expert. I've not played much 11 aside. I play a bit of 6 aside. I just love my football team, and I'm pretty sure. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that last season, I think George Saville was probably robbed of being player of the season. That's my opinion, but I'm sure the guys in there, the guys would back that opinion. And we are a better team with him in the side. Yes, I agree. He doesn't want the ball. He's probably not comfortable on the ball, but I would say if you look at Jimmy Abdu probably didn't want the ball, and he was very good at what he did. I'm not comparing the two because they're different players, but Saville in that defensive holding role as a leader, I certainly think there's a space for him. I'm not saying he's one of the best midfielders in the league or the best midfielders we've ever had, but in this team, he's vitally important. That's just my opinion.
No, that's it. And one other thing, John, you'll learn very, really quickly that my football knowledge is fucking worse than his. So yeah, don't worry. But when we do predictions, I normally do better than all of them. So
he does. But yeah, look, and also just for any of the other new listeners out there, challenge us, say whatever you like. We don't care really about if you don't agree with us. That's absolutely fine. We'll have a conversation. We'll show all the comments. So don't ever think that you have to agree or whatnot. Absolutely fine.
No, we love it. Wait, listen. This is for those of you, because we have got loads of new listeners. Seems that a load on Twitter as well have joined, and loads on Facebook and YouTube. Basically, we do a live show on a Friday and a Sunday night. The live show is basically fully interactive with you guys, and it will get more interactive as we go through this year. You can get in the comments and basically whatever you say. We'll show the comments. We don't steal your comments and then use them as our own and don't put yours up. You can see everything on there. Everything what comes up is what's there. These shows go out as they are. They don't get edited. And then we do live tonight, and then tomorrow it goes out. Tomorrow morning it will go out as a podcast. And we do we have a post-match with one of our guys who does a post-match reaction, anything from about 20 minutes upwards to half hour or so, which is honest and a good review. If you're not seeing any of them, they're chat with chaps or post-match reaction. And then Sundays we do another live. It's sometimes me and Stephen, sometimes it's Stephen and a couple of the other guys, sometimes there's 4 of us on here, 5 of us. But listen, these shows pretty much, the way we want them to work is if we're all sitting in a pub and we're all sitting around a table having a chat, having a drink and all that. That's exactly the way we want it to go. And it's a bit of banter, a bit of piss take. Stephen likes wearing shorts, by the way, John. And you'll find some other levels of abuse, which I'm sure the listeners will catch you up on. It's there. You can swear, you can call people names, you can do whatever you want. All it is that it's just done in banter. The only thing what will ever won't get your comment on the screen is if it's anything was potentially liable. But other than that, knock yourself out. There we go. I think they've done it. Stoke at home in 87-88. I think we won 2-0. My first game was at home to the Orient in 1974. My first game as an actual supporter, we lost 6-0, but my first Millwall game was probably in 95. How many times have we lost 6-0, I wonder? That would be what's it called, wouldn't it? So, yeah. I'm getting told off now, I think. Oh, no. There we go. So, yeah. Honestly, was looking away. Yes, by the way, Spencer, if you're wondering why I was looking away at your messages, which just come up between you and Paul. So, yeah. Gordon Bates, his sister Tracy Bates, 41 years. Remember when John Shepherd scored 4 goals in an Xmas game? Crikey. 16th of February 1991, my first game versus Plymouth at the old Den. Don't mention Plymouth when Dan's here, for Christ's sake.
Oh, my God.
I was 4. Yeah. Do some, what to call it? Do some of those comments for me a sec. I just need to do something else.
Oh, mine's gone way behind it.
We're down to when Dan Riggs, I was 4.
Yeah, that's fine. Bailey, Southend home 1994, all down here from there. Once I become addicted, remember very little from the game other than the fact we won. Chris Brown, 1964, Tranmere Rovers won 1-0. And the guy on the right looks like Damien Hirst, the artist. I'm assuming that's me again. No idea. I'm going to have to...
Which one? Me or thing? Yeah, Spence, I'm just about to put the link in the chat, mate, in your chat. So
he's put left. He said left. So I think it's you. We're gonna have to Google who that is. Carl Bracey, Fleming form was definitely picked up during the transfer window. Okay. Yeah, I agree. 28th December, my bad. Just checked my program. We won 2-1. Dan Riggs, John Humphrey. So does everyone here think Saville is one of the best midfielders in the league? Just asking, intrigue. No, look. As I said earlier, I don't think he's one of the best midfielders in the league, but for what he does for us, I think he's crucial to what we try and do. And he's a leader, and we don't have many of them in the squad. So, but certainly not in the league. But for us, he's very, very good. Grandad was an ambulance driver. Dulwich, Millwall 1 week. Dulwich Hamlet the next. Great times. John, Andrew Roberts, first home game, 74-75 season. Sunderland, we lost 4-1. Peter Sullivan, get your abacus on the go, Mickey. I feel like that was in relation to you adding up how long the fans have been listening. Fans have been watching Millwall.
Oh, thanks.
Bailey, John Humphreys. Oh, okay, not one of the best in the league personally, but he's good. Also, his job is not to take the ball off the back 5. That's Casper's. Saville is meant to link and get us further forward. Yeah, I agree. I think look, they'll always listen. Millwall very, very rarely have one of the best in the league. At this level because of the nature of the squad that we put together. I think last year Fleming was very, very close to breaking that mold. But we do certainly have players that for our team and for what we try and do, we have we've got some decent players for us.
So Spencer has basically tagged his brother into a chat on WhatsApp, and it's basically Paul's going to do a remix of some Millwall songs. So yeah, we're going to have to figure out.
I think he's Paul. Is it Paul T?
Yeah.
He's commented. Yeah, he's commented.
It's Spencer's brother, so Spencer Trivet. So it'll be Paul Trivet, wouldn't it? It'll be Paul T. Yeah. He'll tell you his DJ name for those of you. Those of you know. Arthur was wrong. Yes, he was. Planning the trip for the USA to see Millwall play. Any recommendations on Millwall pubs? Your best bet, really, if you're coming over from the States, is you could either go to the Blue Anchor or around there, or probably just go to the ground and drink there. You'll see more fans and you'll get to chat to more people who probably watch this, and you'll see loads of people around near the Blue Bus. Are a lot of listeners and viewers from here, mate. So yeah, you can do that. I think Nesbitt will be good next season once he's settled in. Am I missing something now? John's been on the moonshine.
No, he was talking. No, he was. I think that was in response to Saville.
Oh, Saville was looking for the ball against Norwich most of the time. I think Cuffy has been our best player this season. Johnny
Leonard's in with a shout there. Just saying. Yeah.
Johnny Doc, Blue and White Army, halfway, give us a song. Halfway, Jews Hill, give us a song. Oh, then so many precious memories. Where the fuck's that passion all gone? Yeah. I totally agree with you there, mate. So, yeah. Saville is a quality player, not the best, but he's worked his socks off. No Dan Riggs, but I did play in Serie A for 12 years. Wow. Who did you play for? Just like, I mean,
the comment there right now. I'm on a mission to be the first Millwall fan banned. Chris, we're just going to keep you in now for the sake of it. You say whatever you want and you're not going anywhere.
To be fair, mate, the only people who get banned on our Twitter are the amount of porn and the amount of cryptocurrency spam I get is unreal. So they're the only ones I've banned. I've never banned. No, I've never not banned anyone, and I'm happy to show the ban list. There might be some muted, but there's not banned. So yeah, Sav is 100% every week, and my name isn't John either. Okay, now this is getting interesting. A player was played in Serie A for 12 years. What era did you play over there then, John? Or non-John? Non-John. There we go. We're calling him non-John. Sorry, John. And inside knowledge on scouting, a better CM. Now, my first game was when. Listen, Dan is a new listener. Listen, you'd be fucked if he suddenly turns around and says he's so and so's dad, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? So,
He was just about to sign for the club, and because of Dan, he's now not.
Yeah, that's it. He's not now. No, that's it. Yeah. My first game was I was 4 or 5 years old. My dad's first game in '58. I remember games around '86. Mate, we have got so many new listeners on tonight. It is unreal. Everyone, make sure you please like and subscribe. Would be fantastic, because I think the subscription list is going up and up and up. So yeah, this is my second season coming down. FM2 coming down to games. Always watched on TV highlights, but never come down as much as I can. Wish I'd done it sooner.
You get the bug. You get the bug.
Yeah, Ian Dawes' favourite player, Wall, ever was a servant to us. He looks like Rob Cross. Thank you very much, Peter. I was waiting for a darts comment, so yes. I took my wife once. We lost 6-0 to Scunthorpe. Never again. Is that Wembley, I take it? No.
No. I don't know.
Hi, Paul. Ago. Hi, Mickey. It's Paul. Hi, Paul. You all right? I was just telling people that you're a well-known DJ and whoever. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to put some of your video links into the group chat, mate, into that chat for your videos and your music, what you put online, mate, I'm sure that people will have a look at it. And once they do, they will know who you are. And thank you very much. Those of you who think Paul, if you want to check out Paul's stuff, I'm sure he put a couple of links in there. But Paul's going to make us a theme tune remix of Millwall stuff. Do you think it should be? What Millwall songs do you think it should be, and whatnot, or the classic songs, or whatever? I don't know. Put some examples in, and we'll see where we go from there. 40 years, loved every minute of it. First game, 71-72, beat Pompey 1-0, Barry Bridges. No, Chris, you're not going to get banned for that. You're just a cunt. Is John Lemfries the ex-trained spotter player?
That's the only player I could find, but he did say that his name wasn't John. So
Water for Ducks back, but no one agrees here that Savile is a shit. Just amusing. No, it's Paolo Madini. If that's true, John, you need to play for these lot in the charity match. TT won't know what hit him. Yep.
There's our ringer. John, if you are interested in playing in a charity game for the pod, drop us a message.
First game, Crystal Palace FA Cup third round 85, hooked ever since. Once you look at Mickey and think of
Kets Beer, who is that?
Everyone in here now is where we.
Is Timur Ketsbaya, Georgian former footballer. Oh dear. Remember when you said you've never banned anyone, Mick?
Do you know what though? Right? That's fairly. Ex-Newcastle. Did he play for Newcastle as well? 55 years old. Yeah. He's slightly older than me, but he's he could well be. That's quite rude, to be fair. But it's quite funny. Yeah. It's where are we? Let's just go in here a second. 2 seconds gone. I don't think Casper is bad.
Oh, come on, ban me. No, Chris, you stay in. That's it. Mickey is defo Kingpin from Spider-Man. Oh, doesn't.
Don't enter me. Yeah, don't enter me.
All right.
Let me just.
Louise Large suggested song, fuck 'em all. Bailey, I don't think that Ketsbia is a bad shout. Daz Wellings, £3.60, Old Coblo Lane, Turn Up, Turnstile, Pie and Mash, Manzi, Saturday, Proper Piss Up. Jonathan Fraser, Ketsabia played for Newcastle, remember he scored and freaked out and kicked advertising boards. We're up to date with the comments. Guys, we're sort of coming towards the end of the show. We'll touch a little bit on the game tomorrow. We'll play Middlesbrough at the Den off the back of, I believe it's in the league, unbeaten in the last 5, if memories, or 4 maybe, or 4 clean sheets in a row. You know, we've been on good form.
I can't add it. So yeah, but yeah, you just Google Temu Kispian. So yeah.
Yeah, he's right. It's 5 unbeaten: Huddersfield, Stoke, QPR, Norwich, Bristol City. We've won the last 3. Middlesbrough travel to the Den tomorrow. Both teams are hit by injuries. Mickey, can I have a prediction for the game, please?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-1. Do you want to know what my team is as well?
I am gonna come to that. Go on. You're 11.
I'm going to go, and I'm going to steal Dan. So yeah, I'm going to go with Sarkic in goal, obviously. Danny Mack, Harding, Cooper, Brian, and then I'm going to have Mitchell and Honeyman. And then I'm going to have Longman, Fleming, Watmore, and Nesbitt.
Okay, I'm going to go for a 2-0. I think we'll 2-0 tomorrow. your team that you've named there, I'm probably going to not stray too far from it. The back five won't change. Sarkic, McNamara, Cooper, Harding and Bryan, Honeyman and Billy Mitchell in midfield, Fleming probably in the 10, Duncan Watmore. The only change I'm going to make, I'm going to go something a little bit rogue. I think we might just see tomorrow Romain Esse and Kevin Nisbet will lead the line for the Lions. Middlesbrough are on the back of a couple of Premier League, facing a couple of Premier League teams, so including midweek. So they've got injuries as well. Should be a good game. Hopefully, guys in the chat, if you're there and you see us around, come say hello. We don't bite. And thank you to a lot of the listeners that are all the regulars and the new guys as well. I am going to do it again, Mickey, because I can, and I know you're going to kick me out of the stream because
just,
you always do.
Just hold 1 second. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're going to give you the opportunity to get a win yourself a free gift, win yourself a free prize, and all you need to do is put in the comments now hashtag 007, hashtag 007 into the chat right now. Even if you're on Twitter, I think it counts. Facebook, I've got no idea, but YouTube as well. If you put that in there, go on in, Stephen, you do it, and I'll go through these comments. Not the comments, I'll go through I'll put the comments up if you tell them about your charity gig or whatever you're going to be doing.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, obviously, again, thanks to all the listeners. If you can like and subscribe, all that jazz, it really does. We do appreciate it, and it keeps Mickey, our leader, very happy.
One sec. Alan Baxter, it's whatever I fucking want it to be. And it's Nisbet, isn't it? It's Nisbet, not Nisbet. It's Nisbet. It's Nisbe.
Yeah, I think it's BET. Yeah,
yeah,
Nisbet.
So you were wrong. Anyway. You were wrong, Alan. Alan Baxter, you were wrong.
Yeah, again, I'm going to do this. I'm really sorry, guys. I'll be the one that's banned, probably. I am doing a charity gaming event for Mind Charity on February the 2nd. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a little while. Mind is a great charity. They're supporting me very well. And I also have to raffle off a signed Millwall first team shirt. I will have it on the show so you can see that I actually do have it in a couple of weeks. It's currently, I'm getting it signed by the players. Someone at the club's helping me out. I am putting my Just Giving page in the chat again. It will go into the link in the description as well. Anybody that donates to the page will be entered into a prize draw to win the signed shirt. And as I say, all the money that goes on the Just Giving page goes directly to mine. So it's not for me. It's not for the pod. It's not for personal benefit. Everything is for the charity. You have the
2 minutes left to hashtag 007 in if you want to win a gift. Get yourself in there.
And as I say, any support is very much appreciated. And on a note from the pod, again, as I say, thanks to all the new listeners. And please keep your comments coming in. We do read all of them. We do try to show every single one of them on the screen. And we appreciate all the support. Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Don't start.
What did Mr. Nate say? 807.
I don't know.
I told you didn't read them all.
Oh, but I'm saying we put them all up. Oh,
oh, mate. Does Candy Crush Saga count as an online gaming? Probably.
I'm not going to be playing Candy Crush Saga. It'll be on the PlayStation. It'll be streamed as well, so you guys can watch the progress. That Friday, unfortunately, you will be without me on the live show, so Mickey will have to source a replacement. But I do hope that you do post the link so everyone can come and watch me after they come on.
I'm going to get Kespian or John, his real name. He can come on and talk about his football. But yeah,
there we go.
Right. You have 1 minute left to hashtag 007. If you want to be in, there's only about 20 odd of you on there at a minute. So, yeah, all you're going to do is copy that. You have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds to win yourself that Millwall podcast keyring.
What are the odds on Big E winning it again?
Well, he won't, because we just go through it again. You can hashtag as many times as you want, but it only counts you for one. So yeah, 15 seconds. 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, until the draw. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. And
the suspense is killing everyone.
And we go. Here we go.
Dan Riggs.
Dan Riggs, congratulations. That will be next week. Okay, that's going to be the hashtag for next week. That's the hashtag for next week. So yeah, definitely. So Dan Riggs, get in touch with one of us, and we.
What I will try and do. I don't confirm this, but Big E and Dan, if I can get to see Mickey tomorrow morning on my way to Millwall, I will pick up the key rings and bring them along. If I can't, then obviously it'll have to be at a later date, but I will try and get them to you tomorrow. All right.
Dan, you've got my number, Dan. Yeah, just do a video if you want, mate, and we'll play it out on next week's show for you, okay? So, yeah, if you really want to do a winner speech, you can, mate. I don't mind playing it out, so yeah. Cheers, Stephen. That's it. That is it for us. We're that Millwall podcast. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hopefully, you've enjoyed what we try and call the show each week. It has no script. It has no basis. It goes off on a tangent more times than not. But hey, it's good fun. And Kellen Clark, Omar. Yep. He'll be back soon, don't worry. Yeah, and if you like to, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and more importantly, this will be out as a podcast in the morning. We put a load of different shows out over the weekend. This is Friday Night Live pre-match, and then we'll be out on Sunday where you'll get the post-match where you can discuss what's what. And then we have a pre-record in a week, and then we're back again for Friday Night Live. So that is it. I really don't know what to put now. What shall I put? Let's end on something half decent, shall we?
Also for the new listeners, before you do that, for the new listeners as well, we'll be back on Sunday for our
9 o'clock
live show. Yeah, 9 o'clock, and it will be we don't know what happened earlier with the timings and stuff, but 9 o'clock Sunday night, we'll obviously review the game from Saturday and hopefully any transfers.